Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be just kind of relaxing and painting a spooky witch head. I've been working a bunch this week and I just want to chill out a little. Hope you've all been doing well. Hey. Yeah, I've had a bit of a intense week trying to get a bunch of stuff done before all my son's birthday stuff happens. Make some deadlines and things. I have one tomorrow that I still have to do a little bit for, but deadline wise. But I'm mostly through it. Okay. I got a couple of cool jobs coming along that I'm happy about. A couple key art kind of jobs, which are nice to have because you get to do like really high production value stuff. I'm looking forward to that coming out. Always good to have key art type of production work in your portfolio. Okay. This is how I've been doing most of my sketches now. Trying to utilize all the tools that I have to the best of their abilities. And I find that using like this kind of angled textured carving brush to be pretty neat for like figuring out the forms that I want to use. You got a job doing a young adult novel cover today? Hey, good for you. I'm glad that you're moving into things and stuff's starting to move. I'm just going to build this out a little bit. No. That was Kim asking me if I fed the dogs. Okay. Cody says, "Is pretty excited. Never imagined anyone would ever see something I made and say they'd want to work with me. It's a good feeling." Yeah, it's a great feeling. And also, you know, this is your opportunity, right? You get these kind of job offers and things, and then when you get them, you just kind of focus and try and knock it out of the park. Just do the best job possible. What's up, Kim?
I'm just watching.
I'm just listening to, I don't know, some like boring dad music, I guess. I don't know what this is.
I don't know if you wanted me to join at all.
You can.
If you wanted me to talk, I can get my laptop.
Yeah, I have it set up for that. Okay. Yeah, every time I do these drawings, it's nice to start with that value render because I kind of see how everything's going to look with light and shadow. I find that it's easier to then do lines on top of that. It's easier for me to see the forms that way. Is the bottom of the traditional sketch I did. Yeah, that's like my 2 seconds in my sketchbook of what I want to do tonight. And then I just redraw it here. I'm gonna have this stream be a pretty tight hour because I still have deadline stuff I need to wrap up after this, unfortunately.
Fortunately, but unfortunately. It's good to have work.
Yeah. Good to be getting paid.
Feast or famine. And this is, we're feasting, but it's a lot. Let me see, is this on mute?
If you can see that texture there, I love the way that looks. It's just a layer on top. It's like a canvas layer that adds that little extra bit of, I don't know, like traditional warmth to it. It just helps my brain associate what I'm doing right now with a real drawing and not just something on the computer. I don't know why that's so impactful. Maybe it's just, you know, because I grew up drawing on paper, that drawing on the screen feels still has that weird disconnect from reality. Does Kim ship the food she bakes, or is that just a local thing?
I can only do local because of my certification. But I've been known. I mean, I have gifted cookies and like holiday stuff to family and friends, but I think I can get in trouble if I like sell across state lines or something because they have different regulations in different states for like cottage baking.
That being said, I did buy a switchblade from somebody, and they shipped it to me in the mail. And I actually think that's like legal in Colorado, maybe. But it wasn't legal where I was in Massachusetts before this. So like that's the last time I bought a switchblade, and I was surprised that this person was selling them in their online shop. It's pretty awesome. It's got like a demon on it and like a morning star and some other stuff. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
And really good quality too. They're all sold out though.
It stabs really well.
It stabs well.
Yeah, I've used it a couple times for stabbing. Hi, cutie baby.
The puppy's in here.
She's licking and sniffing.
She's super cute.
She is super cute.
Okay.
Are you listening to music that matches this? Or
No.
That's too bad.
It's just like weird royalty-free shitty jazz music.
You should just let me karaoke for an hour. Kill two birds with one stone. I get to practice singing, and you get to paint. And no one will flag it because I'm not that good.
All right, I'm gonna save it and move over into Krita.
Drowned Pirate is also Gross Girl, I'm guessing. Same profile picture. Your other ones were showing for us, all your comments on the live chat. And then it showed up again as Drowned Pirate, so.
I have a buddy of mine that was, well, not really a buddy anymore, but was a buddy of mine years ago. Reached out and was kind of having a hard time, I guess, but I can't get in touch with him, so I'm hoping nothing bad happened. But I was like curious if something happened with like drugs or maybe like something, an arrest, or I don't know. So I Googled him just to see, like, okay,
He's living in a different state.
let's see what's going on, like if there's anything I can find out of like why he might be suddenly reaching out, right?
And sounding like it was urgent.
Yeah. So looked it up, and I looked up his name, and there's somebody who shares his exact name who's getting over 700 years in prison for being a pedophile. I was like, no.
Then you looked at the picture and you're like, okay, that's not my friend. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I looked at who it was and I went, okay, same name,
Same exact
same
and-
age.
Yeah.
Not the person.
Close to the same age.
Yeah,
2019. What was that? He was 34 in 2019, which was 6 years ago.
Yeah, that would be like pretty
30.
much.
So he was 34. That's pretty close. He would have been 39
Yeah.
this year, right? Or he is 39 this year. I don't know.
That's why I was like, what?
And it's a very unique name too. So to have the exact same spelling, it's not like John Smith.
No.
It's a very specific name.
Gave me a shock though. I was like, 700 years. 700 years for being a pedophile. That's like, I don't know. It almost feels like science fiction, like that type of number for.
They're hoping that he can stay alive longer so they can keep him in jail longer.
Yeah, in case he's hiding his immortal soul in like a simulacrum.
Might be related. They didn't look anything alike.
No.
And also to be exactly the same name and the same age, but not know each other. I feel like that would have been... Can you imagine you and your cousin are having a baby at the same time and you just decide to name them the same exact name with the same last name?
I can't imagine like... I can't imagine having like a super unique name that like for as long as you've been alive, you're like, this is just my name.
Yeah.
Like I'm just, Vince Steele. Nobody else has my name.
Right. Nobody else
And
could
then
have it.
all of a sudden, the notorious pedophile
Yeah.
comes out.
And he has the same
and
exact
has-
name as you. Your
yeah,
unique name.
Like you and one other guy who's who's like an insane pedophile has your name. You're like, what the fuck? You'd have to tell everybody it wasn't you.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're going through the trouble of being like, no way, and then click on the picture.
He's your same age.
Yeah.
Like, what? It isn't me.
Well, unless they've seen him after 2019, then they would be like, this can't be you, right? Because you would be in jail right now. Because he got arrested in 2019.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing another holiday stream this year?
I wanted to. It's just been a little difficult right now.
I would say this year's probably more promising, at least like around Christmas, because we're not hosting those big
That's
holidays. So maybe a little bit more likely than it would have been like last year. But it's crunch time. It's end of year, parenting, school stuff for the children, deadlines, work stuff. I'm baking from home and I'm selling it. So I guess that's my business. I'm a baker now.
Yeah, business is actually good.
It is pretty good. I got some really crazy high profile things. I got a fundraiser and a wedding. And I've only done a handful of birthdays, you guys. And I'm already getting hired for a fundraiser and a wedding. Feels
I mean,
pretty
you only started the business and really got it going like what? How long
My
ago?
first birthday cake was in October, so
Right. So I mean, it's pretty.
Is that
good.
what I was paid
It's-
for?
It's a month.
first birthday cake that I was paid for, yeah. Thanks, guys. No way, that's funny. Years back, a friend got arrested for trying to tag a building. I was his phone call, looked up his info, and found another kid that was booked that same day.
Oh wow.
With the same name, huh? That's wild. What are the chances?
Whenever I got in trouble with the police when I was young, I would always tell them that my name was Chad Ackerman.
who is a real person,
and
not a fake person.
and they'd end up going to his house, and his parents would be like, Chad, the police are here, what happened? And it would never be Chad's fault. And I like Chad. It wasn't like I wasn't like bullying him. I mean, I was bullying him, but he was my friend. And I just always thought it was so funny because he was so innocent. And so it just made me laugh to be like always sending the police to his house.
So terrible. Did you ever say if he knew it was you, or did his parents know it was you?
I don't know. I honestly can't remember.
It's so terrible.
It's funny though.
Can you imagine if the police came here for our children? And we're like,
And it was
"What
just
the
their
fuck?"
shit friend
Yeah.
that they have.
And it was just John.
Yeah. I stand by it. It's a funny bit.
It is funny. They didn't ask for a social security number when you got, like, talked to by the cops, right?
No.
They just ask for your name.
It-
When you're
it's
a
like a
minor,
small
they don't
town.
ask for that stuff. They ask. I've been talked to by the cops as a minor too, and all they do is ask for your name, ask for your birth date, and then maybe ask for your address and phone number.
Yeah.
They don't ask for your social security number. You clearly weren't a minor criminal like we were, okay? We know the system.
What 14-year-old knows their social security number off the top of their head?
Let alone
Who?
Chad's, let alone anyone else's.
And I'm talking about like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like crazy offenses or anything. Not like where I'm getting a ride in the police car.
Just a talking to. Hey Dave, if I cold send my portfolio out and don't get a reply from a company, how long should I wait before trying again? 6 to 12 months or longer? I don't want to come off as, I don't know, annoying or something.
Just keep building your portfolio first of all.
Yeah, so that even if you wait, let's say whatever feels right. I think people need to be more intuitive about these things. Feel it out. It's not going to be a straight answer. Maybe one company is much smaller. You may be reaching out to one person. If you're reaching out to multiple people in one company, maybe, it's every month because you're reaching out to someone different, but still at the same company. Like Dave was saying, build your portfolio so that by the time you reach out again, they have maybe seen some improvement. Sorry, we just heard our dog squeak her dog toy really loud from the other room. No, he said with new work, obviously I wouldn't send the same portfolio.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't read that part before we gave you advice.
Send it every time you have a new portfolio that's like actually like a good chunk. It doesn't matter how often that is, as often as you get it done.
Send them a portfolio. Yeah, or with pictures of Dave and I, because we're good chunks.
Yeah.
We're a good chunk.
No, but really, like, send it off and then do your next round and like follow up and be like, some stuff that I felt was lacking in my portfolio, I've been working at it. This is all new work since the last time I sent portfolio. Like that type of thing is good. Like sending it off and being like, here I am again, all new work, I'm clearly getting better. Like that's a good thing. That will look like, this is like a hard worker and they're actively improving.
Wow, isn't this old school? Next thing I know, y'all are going to do a mousetrap. I mean, maybe. Not tonight. Do I need to check on our child?
What?
Do I need to check on him, or did I hear him go back to his room?
Probably need to check on him. I didn't hear his door close again.
I thought I just heard it close. That's why I was
Oh,
not
I don't
sure.
know. I mean, maybe.
I got caught burning trash cans as a kid. Had to watch a video how a cigarette could burn a house. Did they ask you for your social security number too? And they were like, "Tell us." And then when you wouldn't give it to them because you were a child and you didn't remember your social security number, they kept saying, "Here's another video.
They said, "All right, Chad."
Here's another one."
Another Chad Ackerman.
Not gonna lie, I saw Old School and assumed Dan was gonna be here. Dan's not old school, he's just old. You guys.
True. Dan's just getting old.
Love you, Dan.
Okay.
She was just like jumped up and was just like so happy to see him. And just like licking him and like rolling all over him. Just like, oh my god. My child's alive. Ooh, that's not, well, Eric Ravola says, quick question. When negotiating your multi-figure marketing work, what deadline length do you typically request? What's reasonable? They usually tell you what they need. It's not usually like a...
Yeah, when it comes to like what they ask for, like if they ask me, let's say, what can you do, right? Like they might say that, like how much time do you need for a thing? I never give them a time, really. I just say, when do you need it by? And then they give me that, and then usually what I do is I just hear them out on what they need. And my whole thing with that is that I'm trying to position myself whenever I'm working for clients like that are like bigger video game clients who need stuff in a tight turnaround like that. I know my speed, so I just usually work within whatever constraints that they ask for. Like I'm like, one of the key art things that I got was basically a I don't know, maybe little less than 2 week turnaround. Which, if you told me that, you know, when I was younger, I might have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? But now that I've been doing this so long, that's perfectly fine. I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll get it to you by then. And then I just do it. So it's really down to what they need as a client. Like I really don't care. I'll work within whatever time constraints there are.
Yeah. In the last decade, is there any movie you saw more than once in theaters?
No.
No. We've had children for 6 years, 6.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like maybe 4 years before that, we weren't like going to the movies more than one time to see the same movie. I don't think there was anything out that was like good enough for us to feel that way. I mean, there's been good movies, but not like I was just talking to Maddie about this, that there's just something about it. There's nothing in life right now right now in movies and in people where either they're good enough looking for me to make a bad decision, or it's a good enough movie for me to go see in theaters twice. It's just not that good.
Yeah, nothing's that good. That you would sacrifice your free time.
No. We were talking about variety in the kids' food and like how spoiled our children are in a very like romanticized way of being spoiled, not in like a materialistic way. They get to eat a lot of really good food, and they get to experience a lot of different cultures through that.
Well, you cook a bunch of good food.
Well, and they have a lot of variety. Like I cook everything. Like we will try any type of cuisine, and they've eaten a lot of different cuisines for how young they are. And where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Shit. I just started looking at our dog, and so I got distracted because I was watching what she was doing.
Okay. Just that the boys have a spoiled whatever.
Yeah, but I was gonna connect it somehow, and I can't remember what bridge I was gonna make. I was gonna build it to the middle, and like meet the idea across. It's just, I don't know. Somehow I was gonna connect it, and then I got distracted because Kelta's walking around.
So that's it, guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's the stream. Good night.
It's pretty good,
everybody.
It's pretty good. So I just did like a shadow layer and then like the base layer, and then I have a textured brush, and I locked both those layers, and now I'm adding texture and painting around between before I do some like smudging and stuff. That's it.
Jack R29 says, "Hey Dave, I'm a freelance storyboard artist for 6 years. I'm currently too dependent on freelance website and the business going slow right now. Do you have any advice?"
Were you always just 100% locked into being like storyboard as your only thing? Because I would say to try and differentiate a little bit if that's like your main thing, because
diversify.
Yeah, like I would do a little bit more, because you want to open yourself up to as many opportunities as possible. Like in my 20 years of doing this, I've kind of done everything, every job, I just try and mix it up and never be pigeonholed into like any one singular discipline, so that if ever there was something that fell through or fell out of fashion or whatever, that I'd be able to kind of pick up with something else if I had to. I could do comics, I could try my hand at doing like animation or something, like just any other discipline besides, you know, within the same realm of doing art, but just other stuff, so that I was never locked into having to do this one way or another.
Here's my very practical advice that I've seen Dave implement is, like, I kind of joked about it in the beginning of this, but Dave has been freelance for 20 years. Freelance, which is a very difficult thing in and of itself, but it is sometimes feast or famine. And so when you have work, you have to just be as productive as possible, because there is no guarantee that it's not a month to month paycheck. A lot of times it's not a like bi-weekly paycheck. It's this contracted job and then on to the next, right? So you can stack jobs or try to manage that in like a financial sense, so that when it is famine, when there's just no jobs to be had, you know, you're not hurting for it. I mean, if you've been doing it for 6 years, look at the last 6 years. Review all your files. What months were the busiest? What months did you put out the best work? Or what months were you getting like the most offers? And what months were you not? And then maybe plan accordingly. Plan your year for like when you get... Because even me being adjacent to what Dave does, I don't do this, but he's told me it's like there's a pattern that falls through the year of like when studios are making games, and so when they need that stuff, it like falls into a certain like season of the year or quarter, if you will, if you're thinking like business sense, you know. Same with like movies and stuff. They typically go into production like in a certain time, right?
Yeah, there's like a general idea of like when you can expect to be doing some type of work or another. But yeah, I would say just make sure that you are diversifying your portfolio a bit, so that you have multiple opportunities to get work when it comes along. And like, you know, honestly, what Kim was saying about plan for it, like the reason I started doing like the Patreon back when I first started doing it, and you know, it was successful kind of coming up, and I felt like, okay, great, this is working out. It was something to kind of get me to
bridge the gap,
but also like, in what we were just saying, it's like I needed to be paid to do things that nobody was ever going to ask me for in a job, because you can get so busy doing like storyboards, right? You could get so busy doing storyboards forever that you're like, I don't have time to build out a portfolio of all this other stuff. But if you spend time online and you build out like, you know, some form of a group that follows along with your work, whatever, it's like then maybe you have the opportunity for that. Like I try to do as many different things as possible to be in front of people, to be prolific publicly while also taking client work. And then the Patreon was a way for me to then build out my portfolio in a direction that I wanted to get work with, but wasn't able to do unless I was being funded. And then that opened up many more doors to where I'm doing like key art now. But yeah, you really got to come at it with like a plan of attack, honestly. Like that's such a big part of it, is just being like, all right, like this is gonna suck to do all this stuff, but here goes.
You know, the freedom of freelance comes with this type of responsibility of like planning out that workflow too. And it's not just within the job of like how you finish this one singular job, but like how do you get to the next. And you have to be pretty, like, you got to learn some business stuff. You have to be business savvy because you are your own business.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right, so save this, delete it, duplicate you.
Halloween is over. But Halloween is cool. Dave, you inspired me to start working on my own comic and using my own experiences and characters I met in my life in it. I wanted to thank you and say that I appreciate everything you do. That's from Aziz Al-Harti.
Thank you. I'm glad that you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that you can put effort into you, that's the best. So I'm using a brush in Clip Studio that's called Blur by Fiber.
Were you working in Photoshop at all just now?
Just then I was.
What version of Photoshop are you working in?
I don't know. Like,
okay. Someone was asking.
I can look. It is 2022.
Okay. I was speaking to a friend about variety. And I mean, honestly, totally escaped me. My brain is fried from this week. I took on way too much. Let's see. Sorry that I had started that thought and didn't finish it. If it comes back to me, I'll let you guys know. What was the most surprising dinner hit with the kids? I think it's surprising how much spice they can eat, like both of them. My older one is like crazy. His pain tolerance is so high.
Yeah,
but my little one, my little one can
all
handle
sorts of
spice
stuff.
too. But he's just not like, he can handle it. He's just not like a huge fan of it. That's how he likes to put it. And then our older kid, he's 6.5. He eats like me. So I think it's more surprising to Dave because I would tell Dave that like I didn't like pizza when I was a kid. And he's like, that's crazy. All kids love pizza. And then our kid is kind of like me in that way, except for he eats good pizza. So he doesn't have an excuse to not like it. But there are things that he's like, he doesn't like super sweet stuff. And Dave was like, what is wrong? Like, this is so weird, you know? He likes black licorice. I guess that's weird. And he eats like all Asian food. And there's this one dish called bun bao hui, and it has blood cubes in it. It's like congealed blood, and he likes it. And I don't even eat that. So I guess that's for our older one. Little one, he's more of our like
What you expect.
typical kid. Yeah, he's like more typical in the way he likes mac and cheese and pizza and carby stuff and sweets, which he still eats everything. I think I'm always surprised when he's like, he likes mushrooms now, which I feel like that's not like a sweet tooth kids thing. So is his hat going to choose which house I am in Hogwarts?
Yeah.
What version of Clip Paint do you use?
I don't know, just Clip Studio Paint Pro. I'm not sure. I usually just download something and then I turn off. Like once it just works, I shut off all updates. And I go, this is fine. Unless there's something like majorly wrong, I just turn off updates entirely. I just don't want to deal with it.
Has anyone seen anything about the new Canva drawing program? It's supposed to be free and like do everything that Photoshop does. Has anyone tried it? Has anyone heard about it? Did I make that up?
Sounds like Chinese TikTok propaganda.
I want to get one of those Chinese iPhones. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Huawei phones.
Gotta get one of those.
Get them spying on you.
You know what's funny? All I hear with like what we were talking about in. Sorry, I was reading. Do you remember in I Think You Should Leave? And he's like, I gotta find money. I gotta find a way to make money out of this.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just like all everyone's trying to do with everything. Like all the questions here. How do I do this? How can I make money? How can I gotta find a way money.
Yeah, I feel for young artists trying to get a foothold in the industry and get those entry-level jobs now.
Yeah, it seems so challenging.
Yeah. Just so many layoffs and things, and it's just not a concern that I like. The whole AI thing is not a concern I ever thought would happen when I was 20. Like, I just didn't even think about it.
It's like if there's any form of rejection now, there's so much of a deeper hole of depression with all social media, and
That's
it can
true.
like feed that loop. So like rejection when when we were young was hard no matter what, but like having this exposure to something, that can like feed that negative feedback loop seems, because then it's clear that other people are upset with AI online,
Right.
And then you're like, well, if that's the truth, how come I'm not getting a job maybe,
Well, I feel like that any way that you look at it, it's like if you're really, actually, I guess no matter if you're happy or not, the algorithms try and send you to a negativity spiral. But if you are bummed about something and you're trying to confirm your own biased opinion about something, like, oh, the world's ending, it's doomsday, whatever, it'll be like, yeah, it is. Like, that's all the algorithm does. So it's like if you do fall into that spiral, then you're stuck there if you're actually using social media regularly and you start falling into those little pitfalls. It's really dangerous. I mean, I'm happy to see how much people really are, like normal people are calling all the AI stuff slop and whatever. It's nice. I'm also speaking from the other side of it, of being like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about it so much. I have jobs, I have security in that way, that I have like multiple people, across industries and whatever, that can help me out if I needed it. But yeah, to be starting now, I would definitely feel a little hopeless.
Well,
I just
discouraged. I feel like you guys can, whatever is going on now when you're starting, I think you will find a way. You will, but
Yeah,
it seems very challenging compared to when Dave started.
for sure. Like, I just think, like, I get it. I get feeling like completely like, ugh. Like, of course. Like, I felt that way to an extent. I felt that way even without any of that when I started. Like, I'd go through bouts of that, feeling like, God damn, when am I ever going to be as good as X, Y, and Z artists? Like, how the hell are they doing that? And now I get to be that guy, which is nice. I sent my like latest marketing thing to Dan, and he was like, "It's really great that you did it that fast." He goes, "I want to kill you." All right. I mean, that means I'm doing something right. When another artist that loves you wants to kill you, that's when you know things are working.
Oh, it's called Affinity by Canva, by the way.
Okay.
Which, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. I want to know how it works. Do people like it? Aziz says, I found the drawing part of and character designing fairly easy for the comic, but I'm struggling when it comes to writing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Were you always good at writing? Any tips?
Any tips? You know, when people say like write what you know, it doesn't mean to be like super literal with that. It means to not stray outside of like your voice, like who you are. Why do you want to make comics? Are you just doing it because you want to draw? It's like you really don't just want to like bullshit a comic. Like it's not like a thing that you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna wing it and do like a huge comic. Like that's it does involve planning.
So the writing part has to be kind of probably prepared first. Yes, that needs to be like the backbone.
I'm not saying like everything has to be completely thought out. You know, like that's like a fallacy in writing of like I would say like this, like one of the cringy things that happens in like, let's say like Stranger Things, like you'll watch that last season with what's his face, the main villain, Spectra, Sperm Man. What's his name?
I don't know.
It's not Sperm Man. Cumface. I can't remember his name.
Johnny Jizz.
Yeah, Johnny Jizz. And you know, like clearly they were just doing like an 80s montage whatever show. Like it was just a collection of 80s themes pulled into like a family story, which is cool. But then they try and be like, but the whole thing was actually about this character the whole time. It was actually clever, I promise. And you're like, no, you didn't think about this at all. Like you never had this thought. Like this is a lie. Vecna. Okay, so it's not Sperm Man.
Oh my god.
It might have been Sperm Man. We still can't be 100% sure.
It could have been.
But yeah, I'm not saying you have to have everything figured out. And writers will give you like a variety of kind of advice around that, of like, you know, kind of have the beginning and the end figured out and then figure out all the rest in between or whatever. Like you just have like basic anchors in the story and then, you know, a core heart to it and a general theme, and then you follow that through to the end. Sure. But what I would say is that you can more or less like come up with a solid premise for your idea, get a gist of like where you're going with it. But then once you get in the groove of writing and you start having fun with it, then like twists and turns start to like come to you. You have to be thinking about that while you're writing. Like that South Park, the South Park creators had that really great bit of advice saying like you know, like if something's happening,
Right.
like sure this thing happens, but then this other thing happens that sends you off into this direction, and then because of that thing this happens here. And it's just basically like it's like if but then or something like that. I forget the actual rule.
If such and such happens, then such and such happens. But
yeah, and you're basically just working with that formula over and over and
that's
building
how your
out
story
the story.
turns. Yeah.
And therefore, that was the other one. So therefore this happens. But like, yeah. And then after that, after having like a general idea of like basic rules, then you just wing it and you just start riffing and having fun. Like, don't be so locked into this has to be perfect or whatever. Like, whatever you like, whoever you are, whatever you want to say. Like I mentioned before, you know, somebody mentioned it at least in here, of like write like about, you know, people you know, right? How like the gist of something, like let's say like I'm working on Starvale, and it's this thing in space, and it's all themed around like this I don't want to give too much away. But let's just say, like, essentially it's this super sci-fi thing, right? It's totally out there. It has crazy visuals. It's weird. How do you ground that for people so that it is relatable at all? Like, just because you have a million ideas, like, look at like a Zack Snyder movie. It's all over the place. And the ideas are like scattershot cool moments. But people don't really care about that stuff. Like, that's pretty to look at, but that's essentially like AI. It's like empty calories. It's like, yeah, that's really neat, and fight scenes are cool and whatever. But what we need is something to relate to. So you have to find like a thing that's in you that no matter what setting you put it in, it's going to come across as relatable because it's something that you understand as a human being and can share with somebody else who may be going through something similar. Like when I was a freelancer, I experienced a lot of isolation, and I had this weird disconnect with like my ability to converse with other people and like empathy and all these just like odd experiences. And I'm like, you know, that's something that I feel a lot of people can relate to, especially now with people being so isolated from each other. It's like, so that's an easy theme in like a sci-fi universe of people in spaceships all around, that they're all separate from each other. Like, what's the difference between that and us sitting in front of a computer, being far away from everybody else, or in front of your phone, not looking at anybody? It's like you're in your own starship, just going around. You know what I mean? It's like you can easily take things that are pretty simple and then just bring them over into those fantastical places and then kind of plug in things to make it work and feel human, as opposed to just like this fantasy story.
Also, Dave is good at writing.
But that's only because of practice.
Mm-hmm. You are. I mean, you use that muscle and like you strengthened it very intentionally. You definitely worked really hard to get to where you're at. So lots of repetition.
Also, find how you write.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody does the same thing. For me, I can't just sit down and write. It becomes too weirdly
Stiff, formal.
Stiff, and also like too intellectual in a way, where like you just start like, for me, I just start like spewing out thoughts, like which sounds weird, but like I don't know how to explain that in a better way. But it's essentially that it's too wordy. Like I don't know, like I don't think that way. I don't think like typing stuff out so formally. I need to do it in like a conversational way. So like I have to pace around the room and just
Talking to a recorder, speech
do
to text.
Voices, let like dots connect in my head as I do like physical activity with a recorder, so that I have a place to catalog it all. But like I do not just sit down and write. I don't think that way.
Do you use the old Photoshop that you own, or are you using a newer Photoshop that you have to pay monthly?
I pay yearly for it, but yeah, that's the one I use, the subscription one. I used to use the 2017 version, whatever that was, but I wanted some of the new features. I don't have any of the AI stuff in my version, but at the time there was a couple things that weren't supported that I wanted to use. So I switched back in, 2022. Not to say there isn't any AI stuff in my version. There's definitely some stuff, but it's not any of the generative stuff that they were doing.
What's this music? I love it.
It's called /No Starry 80s Tokyo Funky Lo-Fi Playlist. I just grabbed something that was royalty free. I didn't even really look at it.
So it's like a mix?
Yeah, or I don't know. It just sounds like stuff they made or something.
Is it like one long song, or is it like multiple songs?
I mean, it's a 3-hour video.
Continuous music?
Yeah.
Wow.
With just a bunch of different songs that all kind of mesh together.
Were you talking about everything I was making, or before I joined?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Maybe somebody asked something. I can't remember. Why?
Just because I was wondering why they were asking, like if I ship food.
Oh, I don't know.
If they knew. I didn't know who that was. Those Tokyo Lo-Fi stuff are actually AI generated songs.
Yeah, are they? I mean, I can never tell. If this is all AI generated, then I would not be shocked. But I've also heard this exact sounding stuff.
Oh, nice.
The like generic lo-fi stuff before AI, so I'm not really sure. What were you saying? Oh, nice too.
Cody Payne says, that was me. It was just because your new IG thing came up in accounts I might want to follow the other day. So what do you
Cool.
think? You might want to follow me or what? Do you like looking at cakes that I can't ship across state lines?
These are the best kind of cakes.
It's free calories for your eyeballs.
Cakes you can't have.
Just listen to any music before 2020. That feels very cynical.
Just all music. Anybody who started after that, I
Yeah,
just go,
fuck you guys.
goodbye.
Started in the wrong era, guys. Oh, what? 2020? You were
There
10?
will be no music
You were 10?
before now.
So what? Should have stepped your game up. I don't listen to anything before 20 or after 2020. Shit. Oh, dang. I get an unfollow because I can't break the law to ship across state lines. Harsh. I hope my profile shows up every day as people you may know. And you get taunted with my cakes and all the sweets that I bake. Did you ever struggle with what art path to take, like concept artist, illustrator, fine artist, etc.? And what advice would you give to someone struggling with that?
Just don't take any of the labels too seriously. I get what you're saying, and I understand that that's something that you can struggle with. But what I would say is, don't adhere to anything that anybody says that you have to be. Just do what you like. If something that you like is leaning towards fine art, do that. If it's leaning towards concept art, do that. I've done everything. I just don't care. I don't care if I fall into one category or another. It just doesn't matter to me. It's just what do I like?
Same.
Like, just do art because you like it, you know?
For real, for real.
Just who cares what you come across like? Like, it just really doesn't matter.
I think if you put yourself in a box, then you get put in a box. You can create this like path of, this is all I'm going to do because I felt like I had to pick. And now this is all I ever do. And that would suck if you are drawn to multiple things.
Yeah. It's like when people say they have a gluten allergy. You don't actually.
Well, most people don't have a true gluten. They don't have a true gluten allergy.
I mean, I'm just kidding.
They don't.
But yes. You just did it because everybody else is doing it.
Well, celiac disease is like true gluten intolerance.
Yeah.
Most people have like an allergy to everything we eat because everything has corn in it. Dave, what are the chances you think AI fails for companies and there's a resurgence for a need for artists? Or do you think it's going to continue to be a slow decline, like the industry's on a timer?
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be like a no need for artists situation. That's not what's happening right now.
Oh, people are very vocal about not liking it.
Yeah, like I think it's just going to spur on, you know, other aspects of it. Like, I think maybe like more traditional work is going to become the norm in some, you know, most like collectors stuff. In terms of video games, though, it's like they still need artists to do things in games because you can't legally really get away with doing the AI thing in games. And we'll see what happens. I mean, we don't really know how all the like lawsuits are going to shake out. I think that like AI is definitely going to stick around, but like Kim was saying, and you know, you hear it all the time, and you hear it from people who aren't artists. It's not like it's like, think about it like this, right? The same people who are like super hyped on AI and post about, you know, like, you know, these artists are just defending, you know, like
They're
this,
just
all
dorks.
they're just haters on like all this stuff. Like, these are the same guys that fucking have crypto wallets and bought all the JPEGs. It's like, they're just, it's the same people. It's like, who are you trying to convince of anything? Like, these aren't, it's not everybody. It's this tiny group of people. And I don't mean like that CEOs of big companies aren't totally eating up AI.
Yeah, they're not immune to it.
They
because
absolutely
they're all
are.
trying to be business people as well. But
Yeah, they're trying to make their investors happy, and to everybody right now, it seems like if you're not doing AI, same thing as like if you don't have a .com during the .com boom.
yeah, you're not
then
being efficient.
You're not a part of the future.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be a part of the future. I think that the trendiness of it and like whatever, like it's just gonna shake out the same way all things do, where it's gonna become something in the middle, you know, like it'll be like a tool that helps and whatever, but it's not gonna be the thing that replaces everything. Like, it's just not. Like, people might want to sell you that, but you know, we're getting pushed further and further into this thing of like, you don't even have to remember your own name. Yeah, the computer can remember your name for you. It's like, okay, like, really? Like, I'm just gonna outsource all of my thinking to machines? Like, how stupid. It's all short-sighted. Like, the fact that you can't remember anybody's phone number anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the fact that you can't remember like how to go to a place that you've been to,
Yeah.
you know, like 500 times. Like, it's not good for you. I think we're definitely going to hit like a critical mass thing with all of it. And I hope that, you know, not even just the AI shit. I hope just phones in general and all this like lazy forms of thinking. I hope it all goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very dumb. And like back when I started doing like streams and things and I was trying to help people, I would always talk about this idea where people would say like, I don't have enough time. And I would always tell people like, monitor your time, like actually monitor, like how do you spend it? Like, how much of your time are you spending on like social media? How much of your time are you playing video games? Like, actually break it down. Like, how do you really spend your time? Because I'd always hear like, I don't have time to study and things. And I'm like, I just didn't believe it. I was like, you definitely can buy yourself an hour. You can find a way to get an hour back in a day and not do something that's just empty calorie stuff. And now I feel like empty calories in terms of what you consume in a day with your brain is just, it's almost everything. And I feel like it's been so normalized that people don't even realize, like, it's not even considered like wasting time anymore. It's just what everybody does.
It's that you're not efficient if you're not looking at your phone. Everyone's zombified.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So you're just like, man, like, I wonder just how much shit is not being done right now in terms of just whether it's innovation or just, you know, your own personal growth. It's like the stagnation of things. It's like, this stuff is so bad for your brain. Like, I wish it would just all die. Like, I wish it would all go away. Just to an extent. Like, I get that, like, you know, things are constantly going to be iterated on and, you know, they're going to figure out how to make it better and better and better. It's like, but for sure, there's like a critical mass point to that where you know, at least individually, you got to like walk away from it.
Or take a step back. Like, maybe not anymore.
It's just not good for you.
Yeah. Do you still? It's like, and it's funny too because what's been normalized. It's like, think about the jump that we've made in the last like 5 years of like how much, like what is the increase, like the percentage increase of like screen time usage, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like when I think back to those times now, it's like quaint. It's like, oh yeah, like I used to think that people were wasting time back then and, you know, just being on a website. It's like now it's just everybody's online all the time. Like all I do is see people wasting time.
Yeah.
It's like a wasting time universe. It's insane. All right, I have to hop off. I've been on here too long. I got to get back to stuff. God damn it. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out. I appreciate you all. Love to you. Thank you.
Thanks for letting me chat with you.
And I'll see you next time. Boop, doop, boop, boop, boop.
Bye.